What's up, dudes? Max here, and today we possibly got the greatest news for anyone that's looking forward to Ultra Street Fighter 4. For quite a while, Capcom has been keeping one very important thing very discreet about the game, and it's the release date, and they finally gave it to us today. Shockingly, and I wasn't expecting this at all, the release date of Ultra Street Fighter 4 is going to be June 3rd on PlayStation Network and June 4th on Xbox Live. It's pretty much just over 2 weeks away, which is pretty shocking and also an extremely good thing for what's coming up in EVO. Now, a lot of people have been expressing this big concern that Ultra Street Fighter 4 is going to be at a severe disadvantage for all the American players because the Japanese are going to get a very big head start. Now, I know I don't really focus on the hugely competitive stuff a lot of the time, but I do understand where these guys are coming from. But the funny thing is that has kind of always existed in fighting games. When you have these games that are actually made in Japan, there's a very good chance they see Japanese releases early, and we know that the Japanese release of Ultra Street Fighter 4 has already taken place. They're playing the game. But what I want to know is this version that's going to be releasing now going to be adjusted from what's in the arcade? Because I'm already hearing things about Ken getting adjustments to his crouching medium kick, maybe even his sweep, and stuff like that. Things that really, I'm focused on, I want to know what this is. But luckily, the dudes over at Capcom and Combo Fiend and Hans have been putting up these videos on their Capcom Fighters YouTube page showing the changes that are going to be taking place in the console release version of Ultra Street Fighter 4. I don't know if it's exactly that this stuff is already taking place in the arcade, but I think that there's some elements that they're switching up from the arcade version, like Dalsum having a 2-hit, standing medium kick and stuff like that. There seems to be some adjustments overall, and I think that the future of Ultra Street Fighter 4 is going to be kind of interesting. Pretty much, if this game does well, it kind of means something that people are still really attached to the Street Fighter franchise. You and I both want Street Fighter V. I think everyone else knows this at Capcom, and everyone else also wants it too. But when it comes to the really hardcore fighting game community, they pretty much buy almost everything. With the exception of Street Fighter Cross Tekken, which got some pretty bad response very early on because of DLC shenanigans, Street Fighter 4 series has really grown in popularity over the past year or so, mostly because there was a future for the game. I'm going to talk about this later in a video with how Marvel has very much gone through an interesting transitional phase where Marvel is kind of dropping off the lower popularity end when it was popular for the entire time it was out, and now Street Fighter 4 is the one kind of taking the reign as far as the most popular fighting game on the planet. And it definitely is right now. As far as the focused competitive spectacle, it really is, and for anybody that's really curious to see this stuff grow, I think the stuff that they're doing in Ultra is pretty damn cool. A lot of people are playing the game with PC mods and focusing on the new focus attack like red focus dash cancel combos, and how the game is drastically changing due to these little nuances that should make it play very differently, and I'm excited about that because I don't want to be playing the same Street Fighter 4 over again and again and again. Of course, the most important thing is going to be your matchup knowledge and experience, but what we're seeing here is that this game is going to evolve into something much different than we are used to. There might be some dominant characters, there will be some similarities in the tier lists and everything, but what I'd like to see is change in a series that has already established itself as what people like, and if people want to play the old stuff, heck, you can still play the old stuff. It's not going anywhere. So let me know what you guys think about this, because I think the future of Street Fighter 4's universe, besides future stuff going beyond Street Fighter 5 or whatever the heck Capcom might be working on right now, because we know they're working on a fighting game of some kind, is really in question. And I would not mind seeing some more Third Strike characters added to Street Fighter 4 if the game does well. We all know that the characters here were already in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. This is a very low budget kind of release for Capcom. They pretty much were able to do the most they could with existing assets, and a lot of people are happy about it because they're changing the way the game is played, as well as myself, but it's a good thing that the game is moderately priced at about a $15 upgrade. But let me know what you guys think about this release date. Is this a lot sooner than you were expecting the game to get released? It's pretty much happening right before E3, so I'm gonna have to get some games in before all the E3 madness happens. And I only hope that a couple days after this game is released, we see something different from them at E3, focusing on hopefully the future of Capcom fighting games. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and like myself, were you anticipating this release date so early, or did you think it'd show up something a bit closer to EVO, which is coming up early in July? My name is Maximilian, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.